QST, QST, QST. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening's edition of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Before we start, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Hearing none, this is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This net meets every other Thursday at 8 p.m. Central European Time, and the time will stay the same when Europe changes to summertime. This is a directed net, and we request that all calls go through net control. Today's net can be heard on the following amateur radio repeaters: 9 Hotel 1 Uniform Hotel Foxtrot and 9H1 Delta Mike Radio, all located around the Maltese Islands. You can also hear us live on YouTube by searching for 9H-HAM. I would like to thank all repeater trustees for the use of their repeater and thank them for the continued time they put in to make sure that the repeaters are in very good working order and available for use by the amateur radio community. I would like to recognize all amateur radio clubs on the Maltese Islands and their leadership for their ongoing efforts in promoting amateur radio throughout the Maltese Islands, and thank them for the help they provide to prospective and current amateur radio operators, both locally and around the world. The 3 amateur radio clubs are the MARC, the Marconi Amateur Radio Club, the MARL, the Malta Amateur Radio League, and the Gozo Amateur Radio Society, or GARS. Thank you goes to all those amateur radio operators participating in this evening's net, and a special thanks goes to Anthony, 9H5FA, for the hours that he's put in for today's net to be possible, and every net every 2 weeks. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. We will now take check-ins. So, any check-ins for the 9H-HAM Global Net?
Foxtrot Alpha, checking in. His name is Anthony.
Very good, Anthony. 9 Hotel 5 Fox Alpha. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. I have you checked in. Are there any other check-ins for the net this evening? All right, very good. 9 Hotel 5 Fox Alpha with the 9H-HAM Global Net, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. Thank you for checking in, and I'll pass it over to you, see what you have to say. Obviously, we probably will have a low amount of check-ins today, being the weekend before Easter weekend. But we shall see. 9 Hotel 5, Fox Alpha, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
This is 9H-5FA with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Yeah, I think that this evening it's just me and you. Monday, Thursday is it's got a strong traditional aspect in Malta of people going to doing 7 church visits, or sometimes 7 visits in the same church, or sometimes 3 visits in one church and 4 visits in another. But that tradition still holds quite strong, and I suspect that most people would be doing that at the moment. But we should perhaps give some time, just in case there are some late check-ins who might, pause. But otherwise, things seem okay. Nothing particular to report. Weather is getting hotter. Yeah, and I wonder if we'll have someone else with us tonight. I will still create a log for this net, and it will still be on YouTube. This is 9 Hotel 5, Fox Alpha with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
Well, very good, Anthony. 9 Hotel 5 Fox Alpha, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, which is a wonderful thing. We're creating a recording of the net, and it can be accessed on demand whenever anybody has time and feels like listening to the net. So even if they are unable to participate and attend the net at 8 p.m., then they can listen to the net on demand as well, which I think is a wonderful feature. And I thank you for that too. You've been doing it since we started the net and other things as well, and I truly appreciate it very much. All right, let's see. Is there anybody else wishing to check into the 9H-HAM GlobalNet? I don't hear anybody, so I wonder if you have any updates. We were thinking about holding a net remotely from a remote location, and I think we had, excuse me, chosen Mdina, and I wonder if that's that. I wonder what the status on that is. If you have any updates, N7APW, back to you.
Use 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9H-5FA. Yeah, we haven't yet. We have all the go-aheads to do that, but we haven't yet set a date. And we are actually we need to set up a meeting with you to discuss date. But logistic-wise, we should be set. We have approvals. We have the gazebo, who's going to, which was of kind offered to be used for the occasion by 9 Hotel 1 Lima Radio, and we have permission from the local council, but we do have to specify a date. We're sort of thinking of letting summer settle in at the moment, just so that there are more people along the Medina bastions, because that's where we're going to set up, plan to set up. That's the main sort of area where people, part of Indiana where people are continually walking through. And people like to go for walks in the evenings there. And so, yeah, but we haven't set up a date yet, Jerry. I mean, we'll have to meet at some point in time. And we also have to meet up regarding the other activity, regarding the museum. But I'm not sure if you've seen it, but let me pause a bit. Let me pause for the repeat to reset. Yeah, this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Jerry, I'm not sure if you've seen it in the papers, but about 2 weeks ago, or no, I think about slightly more than that, a close relative of 9 Hotel 1 Echo Sierra passed away, and so I wasn't sort of pushing to see when we're going to move forward with that. And someone else is also helping, who's Owen Asa, who doesn't have a call sign yet, but he's going to the lessons to do his exam this coming summer. He was abroad for some days, so was waiting for the Easter festivities to pass, and then I'll contact NH1 Echo Sierra again, and we will do an update. But I was drawn to the notice on the papers that his brother passed away about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And 7 APW with 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Yeah, very good, Anthony. 9 Hotel 5 Fox Alpha, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Thank you for those updates. And when you talk to Fortu, please pass my condolences to him and his family. Very good indeed. Well, you know, these things take time, and it takes planning as well. And, you know, it was interesting. I'd like to know, you know, at one time we were kind of kicking around the idea, maybe somewhat jokingly, of operating off of Camino. And I keep hearing these announcements for expeditions for islands on the air. Of course, Malta is an island on the air too, but Camino is quite more rare, or maybe even Gozo. I don't know how many people are active, especially on HF on Gozo. I'm out of touch, and there may be a lot of activity, and I just don't know about it. But even a trip to Gozo and setting up a station somewhere, yeah, even in Mjar Harbor, if we, you know, something like that. And I think all these islands have numbers or references, and I hear quite a bit of reference to so-and-so from France and this other place are going and spending a few days on the island, and they'll be operating with this call sign, and the IOTA, or the island on the air ID, is this, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So it's pretty interesting, and, you know, it could generate some interest, both from hams who, like me, have been hams for a very long time, and even people who are perhaps studying for the license. There are so many facets, as we very well know, of ham radio, and there is something for everybody. And sometimes you don't know that it's even there until you go somewhere and you go, yeah, that looks like fun. I discovered raising HF antennas during field day using helium balloons, and I saw one of the clubs doing it, and it was an 80 meter vertical dipole which is approximately 132 feet total length, and they raised it using helium balloons, which kept it vertically in the air, and they operated the whole weekend like that. So I thought, that's easy. I can do that. And I did. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Are there any other check-ins for this evening's net? Well, hearing nothing, I'll pass it over back to you for any additional comments. And that brought back a lot of memories, actually. That was a lot of fun. Walking outside in the middle of the night, the vertical antenna still up there in the air because we could see it, and just turning the radios on, the HF radios on, and operating on 80 meters. And, and then you tell people I'm using a vertical dipole at 132 feet. 9H5 Fox Alpha with the 9H-HAM Global Net. I think this is a great hobby. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Yeah, I never saw that even in a video clip. I mean, antenna being held up by helium balloons, but yeah, I guess it would be extremely innovative and original. Man, I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, regarding the outside nets on Fortu, I think once we set up the museum going, we might have activities such as, I don't know, the museum from Camino or the museum from somewhere else. Fortu's extremely active, as you may know. I mean, going around the island with his setup, sticking antennas everywhere, on beaches, on every single place you can think of, and setting up a station. And 9 Hotel to Juliet Golf, Jonathan Gallia, who's a new amateur, has also set up an HF station in his car with a portable HF antenna, which collapses down to sort of size which he can carry, and he enjoys going around and taking his antenna held by rocks or by a stone or whatever, and setting up and transmitting. So yeah, we do have support on that, and I'm sure that both of them will be extremely willing. The museum thing up and running, but I will contact Fortu this coming week. I just sort of let some time pass because of the passing. Jerry, I'm not sure. I know it's me and you at the moment, but I may not be able to stay long because I have people at home. So unless actually someone else joins the net, perhaps we might, I don't know, have another chat during the weekend if you wish. But I may not be able to stay long today. I'm 7AW with 9H-HAM Global Net. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
This is Owen Asa on board 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Hello everyone.
Very good, Anthony, and hello, Owen. I'll bring you in a moment. Yeah, I understand that this is a holiday weekend. Well, if you have time over the weekend, just drop me a line. to us, mostly it's just a normal weekend, over here. That doesn't mean we don't celebrate Easter or anything like that, but it's a lot more low key than it would be on the Maltese Islands. Very good indeed. Thank you for all that information. We won't keep it very long. Owen, good evening to you. Happy Easter, and to you and your family. And I'll pass it back to you for any comments. And I hope you're doing well. Owen Asa, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, and you're on board 9H-5FA.
Jerry and Anthony, happy Easter to you all. Just came actually from Mass, the Hamilton ship, so I attended this one. And it's a nice weekend actually. I look forward to this week, sometimes more than Christmas in a way, because it's still a little bit more religious rather than just traditions, but it's a nice period. Back to you, Net Controller.
Yeah, Roger, all in 9 and 7 APW returning. I even have a recipe for figolli. I haven't made it yet, but my wife said she'd try to help me. And she asked where we got the egg. I said, I'll show you. So she's gone to the store. So we might have figolli this weekend. We shall see. Yesterday I had torta talpizelli, and it was delicious. My wife is becoming quite the cook in the Maltese cuisine. Very good indeed. Anthony, I won't keep you very long. Thank you for everything. If you have time over the weekend, just send me a note via Messenger, and I'll do my best to say hello. I always enjoy it anyway. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Are there any other check-ins, or does anybody have any additional comments?
This is Whiskey Bravo 4 Papa Victor Tango WB4 PVT.
All right, I have WB4 PVT and 9H2 Juliet Golf. I haven't heard your voice in a while. WB4 PVT. I have to slow my mind down. And good evening. I hope good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. And grab the mic and say hello, and I'll stand by. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, Net Control Station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet.
This is WB4 PVT. I guess I'm doing fair. I've had some medical problems, feeling lightheaded, dizzy, no energy. Went to the doctor, and they checked my pulse, and it was sitting at about 45, which is a little bit slow, so they changed it to medicine, and hopefully that'll get that started and working a little bit better. Other than that, everything's about the same. I went up to a radio club. It took me about an hour and 15 minutes. It was some distance away, north of my QTH, and gave the 7th talk about my trip to Malta and amateur radio in Malta, and everybody was rather pleased with that. And I met Liz, my daughter. She lives up that way. So I've given the talk about Malta radio to 7 clubs in the area here, and I can't think of an 8th one to give a talk to, but at least the people around here know about Malta and my experience with amateur radio while visiting there a couple of years ago, and very, very anxious to get back. One other thing, I was at a Costco, which is a large store here in town, and I had my Maltese sweatshirt on, and a couple came up, and come to find out he was Maltese, 100% Maltese, never been to Malta, his parents were Maltese and grew up in New York and is afraid to fly, so doesn't look like he'll be going there anytime. Other than that, everything's about the same. This W4 PVT, over.
Oh, very good. WB4PVT and 7APW. First of all, I hope everything gets well very soon. They keep telling me there's a pill for everything. I had a friend of mine who actually walked into the emergency room with a pulse of 30, and they told him he needed a pacemaker. And he was telling me, he goes, "It's a non-event these days. They don't, it's a very easy, light procedure, and you go home the same day, blah, 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 and it seems to have fixed this problem too." So, yeah, we rarely go to the hospital, and when we go, we're totally out of date on what medicine can do, and it's always surprising, scary at some point, but surprising. So you gotta leave it in other people's hands, and and for those who have a problem with younger doctors taking care of you, don't. They're more up to date than anybody else. This is N7APW, net control station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Well, if my parents didn't decide to retire when I was 8 years old, I would have been in the same situation. I would have been a person born in San Francisco whose both parents were Maltese, and probably never went to Malta. So that kind of changed, and I'm very happy that it did. I benefited it a lot from being raised on the island. I got certain values that I'm not sure I would have gotten in a bigger environment. Very good. 9H2, Juliet Golf. It's nice to hear you this evening, and good evening. Happy Easter. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Seven APW, this is 9 Hotel 2 Juliet Golf. I won't be too long because I'm very, very, very busy, and I wanted to come in and say happy Easter to Net Controller and whoever is in it, right? That was just my everyone, and I said just to catch you on the next step, because quite spicy, and from one thing to another, leading obviously on certain time radio, except from the time that I'm driving from or to home or doing errands or things like that. That's basically it on my side. I wish you all happy Easter, and I wish you a good night to everyone more, and obviously on the radio. That was my commentary. This is 9 Hotel 2 Juliet Golf, Mike Becton as controller.
Well, thank you for taking some time and checking in, Jonathan. We appreciate it very much, and I hope you have a great weekend and enjoy perhaps some time off, and obviously time with the family as well. Very good. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. By the way, I have a question for you, WB4PVT. Do you have a copy of your presentation that we can put on the 9H-HAM GlobalNet YouTube channel? Go ahead.
I've got a PowerPoint. I've got two of them. One of them just shows a bunch of very nice photos of Malta, and a lot of the clubs have their business meeting first. So while they're doing their business meeting, I'll have these slides come up. And some of them are the girls in the bikinis in the water, and I always like to point out how clear the water is and not even mention the girl. But anyway, the one at the radio club, I think there's like 60-some slides. And I can probably put it on a flash drive or a CD and send it to you or to somebody. The Word, that program that I use is my notes, and also the PowerPoint. Would that be sufficient? Over?
Yeah, or if you have a Gmail account, you can actually attach it to an email and send it to either me or Anthony, and we can download it there, because when you're using Gmail, if a file is greater than 25 megs, it transfers it to Google Drive and gives authority to the person receiving it to be able to download it, and that would save you sending a stick. Totally up to you. And of course, that would be nice. I think, you can either send it to me and I'll forward it to Anthony, or you can send it directly to Anthony, and we'll see what we can do, and maybe even put some I don't know, music, whatever. Turn it into a nicer presentation, but I'm sure it's nice as it is. So, yeah, the clear water, I can never get enough of that. WB4PVT with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet and 7APW.
Either give me your telephone number, I'll give you my telephone number, and we'll talk about it on how to get it to you. And what I've got is W4PVT.
Okay, tell me when you're ready to copy.
Go ahead.
Well, actually, instead of giving it to you over here, do you mind if I connect directly to you on Echolink after the net?
I'll just send it to you on the notes.
I can do that as well. Here is mine. I forgot about notes. There we go. And thank you very much. And we can go from there. And I appreciate it very much. Back to you.
One other thing, we get a lot of robocalls, so if we say hello and you don't say anything right away, we'll hang up. So if we hang up on you, just call right back and we'll know it's not a robocall. I've actually dumped a number of calls, which I wasn't supposed to, because we get so many of the robocalls. Is W4PVT clear?
Okay. Well, what I do is if a number is not on my contact list, I'll let it go to voicemail, and if they want to contact me, they'll leave me a little voicemail, and then I'll retrieve the voicemail. Because there are too many calls that are just pure garbage. This is November 7th, and thank you very much, by the way. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Anything else for the net this evening?
APW, this is 9H5FA.
Sorry to keep you, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'd happy to upload that material to the YouTube channel, and we can also link it to the 9H-HAM Facebook page, and yeah, probably Google Drive share would be the best, or the easiest way to go. Yeah, if you want to share with me as well, my email address it's actually the email address on my QRZ account. So it's anthony.benek@gmail.com. If you go to my QRZ account and I've got my email address over there, and you can share a file with over Google Drive with that, and it will come over. Yeah, I think that would be the easiest way. Actually, I'd be very happy to upload it to. Well, probably I can't actually upload it to the YouTube channel unless it is actually a video. But what I can do is I can upload it to a shared folder on the Google Drive and hyperlink it on the YouTube channel. We have actually to convert it to an actual video for it to be able to upload it, which actually can be done with PowerPoint. It's pretty easy to do. And 7APW with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Very good, Anthony. I sent your email on the text side of Echolink. Could you check my spelling, please?
Yes, Roger, it is perfectly spelled. It's correct. 7APW, this is 9H5 effect.
Comment.
Tricky, like similar to Owen, like Asa actually, but I try to remember that. I do my best, but I don't always do that. Okay, very good. Anything else for the net this evening before we wrap it up?
For PVT.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Anthony, the phone number that I've got is my landline number, which I like better. I have 10 telephone sets in the house. I even have one in the bathroom next to the toilet. So if I'm in the house, I'm going to be close to the phone. Joe, 9H1JL, he has my cell phone number, and I have WhatsApp. And there's a number of things that in the presentation that wouldn't be other than what I present. One of the things I like to tell about, we were at the main bus station in Valletta, and you've got that restroom there, and it's one that automatically cleans itself. Well, I got caught inside because I opened the door to leave and realized I didn't wash my hands, and I shut the door, and the machine thought I was out, and it started spraying water all over the place, and the lights went out, and and the door was locked, and I got caught in there. So there's stories like that won't be on there. So I just thought I'd mention that to you. This is W4 PVT clear.
Charlie, and I know it's a lot of work, but could you the next time you give the presentation, record the audio of your commentary, and I'm sure we can find a way to put them both together, if you'd like, and because it is interesting. I'd be very interested to see the presentation and the pictures, because I haven't been on Malta for the past 34 years. And judging from what I see on the live webcams, everything's changed.
I think I might be one ahead of you. Come think about it. My daughter Elizabeth, KD4OCG, she said she recorded it with her phone, but she didn't get it from the beginning. She recorded little into the presentation. And it was, every time I give one, I say, gee, I forgot to say this, I forgot to say that, and it's things that I forget. But anyway, I'll check with her tonight and see if she has it and she can send it to, I got Anthony's email, so I'll see if she can send it there. It's W4PVT.
Well, we all thank you very much. We appreciate it, Charlie. And I hope you get to go back to Malta very soon and give us some more presentations like the one we're talking about. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. My goodness, we thought it was going to be a 5-minute net, and so far it's a 40-minute net. Anything else before I close the net? Okay, hearing nothing, thank you all for showing up and being a part of the net. We had a total of, oh, look, I have enough fingers. 5 people checking into the net, according to me. Correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony. I think I put myself on there. Yeah, I think so. And I'd like to invite everybody to check in again in 2 weeks' time. Same time. Excuse me. Same time, same place. It's going to be at 8 p.m. European time, Central European time. And obviously Malta, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, will be moving to summertime this coming weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe the one after it, but I think it's this coming weekend. I'll give a pause for any corrections or any comments, and then we'll close the net.
The radio is 9H-HAM.
Okay, there was a double there, but I think I heard Joe in there. Is that you, Joe? 9H1 Japan Lima?
So, just had a position at the end of the radio. Heard Charlie there, so, okay, very nice. What about the presentation, Charlie? What was that about? Did you manage to do the presentation there? Talk to me about? And did you get to use the book there, the presentation? WB4PVT 9H1 Japan. Good afternoon to everybody.
How you doing, Joe? This is W4PVT. I had a book I gave to Liz when I saw her at the last meeting. This is W4PVT.
Can you say again that part there, Charlie?
You're broken up a little bit. Let me give you a call. It's W4PVT Clear.
And this is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Happy Easter to you and your family, Joe. Thank you for checking in. We now have a total of 6 check-ins. Anything else for the net?
PW 9H1 stereo. Sorry about that. Push my own radio card with batteries dead, but hope this one works okay. So there's Charlie on the phone there. Happy Easter to everybody, okay, guys? Enjoy your Easter.
Yes, Joe, you too. We can hear the phone from here. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, standing by. For the net.
73 is nice, guys. Nice to hear you guys. Keep up the good work. 73 sent me.
Uh, 73 is Joe, and thanks for joining. Sorry, I just butted in without going through that control. This is 9H-HAM, Fox Hotel.
Oh, not a problem. We're all in this together. Anything else for the net before we postpone it to next week from Thursday? Hearing nothing, thank you for showing up, and especially on a holiday weekend. Thank you for participating in the net, and thank you for also having a transmission or two, and for us all to hear each other's voices, which tells us that we're all doing well, and that's very important. And I'd like to invite everybody to join in again in 2 weeks for another edition of the 9H-HAM Global Net. In the meantime, 73s keep smiling, and we return all the repeaters to normal amateur use. Good evening, everybody.